I forgot to actually this, pero sabi ko na nga, i-include ko na lang to sa next video. So, ito naman yung ating the intersecting segments of chords power theorem. So, ito kapag nag-intersect yung chords natin. So, wala naman tayo kasing, this is the lesson with our chords and arcs. So, dito sinama ko na lang kasi nga power theorem siya. Pero basically, the intersecting segments of chords and power theorem states that if two chords intersect in the interior of the circle, if two chords intersect within the interior o sa loob ng circle, then the product of the lengths of the segments of one chord is equal to the product of the lengths of the segments of the other chord. So, may naintindihan ba kayo sa sinabi ko? The product of the lengths of the segments of the chord is equal to the product of the lengths of the segments of the other chord. So, when we say segments, yung mga, ito yan. So, the product daw of the segments, ito, segment yan ng chord. Yung mga segment ng chord AB natin is AQ and BQ. Ang segments naman ng chord CD natin is CQ at DQ. So, our theorem states that yung product daw ng segments of our chords is equal to the product or of the lengths of the segments of the other. So, kapag pinultiply daw natin si CQ at si DQ, so kapag minultiply natin pababayin natin. Pag minultiply natin si CQ with DQ, ang magiging product nila ay equal sa magiging product kapag minultiply natin si BQ with AQ. Okay? So, yan yun. Okay? So, iba naman kapag pinapahanap sa atin yung measure talaga ng isang chord. So, yan naman if we were to find a value of or the length of a missing segment or a missing chord. Pero kapag pinapahanap sa atin mismo yung value ng buong chord, hindi natin i-multiply. Ano yun? AB? Multiply natin AQ and BQ? Hindi yun. Hindi. So, paghanapin natin yung buong length nito, yung AB, to find the length of AB, i-add lang natin si AQ with BQ. At to find the length of CD, we're just going to add the length of CQ and DQ. Okay, we're not going to multiply them. So, this formula is just for finding missing segments of the chord. Okay, example tayo So, gawin natin X, and then dito ay 8, dito ay 4, dito naman ay 6. Okay. Okay, so sulat natin siya sa kanyang formula. Dapat pala hindi ko na lang binura. Okay, so AQ multiplied by BQ is equal to CQ multiplied by DQ, where AQ is basically 6 multiplied by BQ, which is 4 multiplied by CQ, which is X. So, yan yung missing factor natin or term. And then DQ naman is 8. So pwede naman natin gawing 8x to. Ito naman 24, diba? So, 24. So, in order to remove the constant here, we're going to divide both sides by 8. Okay, so 24 over 8. So, 24 over 8 we have is 3. So, 3 is equal to x. So, to double check this, pwede natin gawin na natin yung kanina. So, AQ, assuming that CQ is 3. Okay, so AQ is 6 multiplied by 4, which is 24, and then if assuming that CQ is 3 multiplied by 8, that's also 24. So, correct. Okay, so C is equal to X. Okay? C is equal to X, C is equal to 3. Okay? So, next naman na example natin. So, refer na lang natin to sa target scale sa book sa 129 if you want. So, I'm just guiding you how to answer it. So, next naman, hindi ko na baguhin siguro yan. Ganyan na lang. So, we have, again, X and then 4, tapos 3, 4 at 3, tapos 8 minus x. So, ito medyo tricky to kasi madalawa na yung ating variable. Diba? So, sulat pa rin natin siya. So, bakit wala na si Q? Okay. AQ multiplied by BQ is equal to CQ multiplied by DQ. Okay. Where AQ is equal to 3 multiplied by BQ, which is 4. That's 12. And then CQ multiplied by, or CQ is x multiplied by 8 minus x, or DQ. So, magiging 12 ito is equal to 8x minus x squared. So, pwede natin gawin dyan ay ilipat natin sila dito sa left side. So, magiging positive x squared minus 8x plus 12 equal to 0. So, pwede natin to siyang hanapin yung value. So, in order to do that, ganito lang gagawin natin. So, alam niyo ba to yung I mean, yung iba sa inyo gumagamit ng tic-tac-toe. Diba? Pero sa akin ganito. So, first is that you're going to get the product of these two, which is 1, may invisible 1 dito. So, 12, and then dito naman yung negative 8. Now, you're going to find two numbers in which yung sum nila ay magiging negative 8 and yung product nila ay 12. It's positive 12. So, it is negative, it's negative 6 times negative 2. So, bakit negative 6 times negative 2? It is because 6 times, or the negative 6 times negative 2 is positive 12. However, negative 6 plus negative 2 is negative 8. So, x squared, so magiging x minus 6 and x minus 2. And then, we're going to equate them to 0. So, magiging x is equal to 6 kasi we're going to transpose, and x is equal to 2. So, it's either the 2. Either the 2 yung sagot natin. So, paano? So, how are we going to check it? Check natin siya. Okay, so 4 is equal to 3, so 12 dapat. So, x, dapat yung product nila ay 12. So, ito ay, gawin natin 2. So, 2 times 8 minus 2. So, that's 2 times 6, that's 12. So, it's correct. Tama to. Next naman is yung 6 natin. So, itong 6, 8 minus 6. 6 times 2, that's also 12. So, correct din to. Okay, so either the 2 yung sagot natin. Last example for our theorem before we move on or we continue to our seconds and tangents. So, madali lang to. Okay, so AQ, which is 3x multiplied by x plus 1, should be equal to the product of x times 4x. Okay, so 3x magiging 3x squared plus 3x. Okay, is equal to 4x squared. So, ito transpose lang natin. Siguro sila dito na lang sa right side na lang. So, 0 will be equal to 4x squared minus 3x squared minus 3x. So, magiging x squared minus 3x. So, x squared minus 3x, pwede natin ito siyang i-simplify or using the greatest common factor, which is a GCF. So, yung GCF nila ay x. So, you can watch my video, may tutorial rin ako dyan regarding factoring. So, magiging x, so x minus 3. So, yung magiging sagot natin ay it's either, kasi equal natin siya sa 0. So, x, itong x na to will be equal to 0 and x minus 3 equal to 0. Transpose mo, magiging x is equal to positive 3. So, ito yung sagot. Siyempre, ito wala na 0 na yan. So, check natin 3, 12. So, dapat 12, 3, 12, 3 times. Magiging 36 dapat. So, 36 dapat to. So, x plus 1 is 3. So, that's 4. And then, 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 4 is 36. So, correct nga. Okay? So, yan na. That is our, anong tawag din sa theorem na yan? It's our intersecting segments of chords power theorem.